Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I want to thank you first of all for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. Today on the It's a Paper Pumpkin Thing blog hop, I have some great alternate projects for you and also this adorable little box that I made to go with my Father's Day card for my husband. And I'll show you what I'm going to put in here because it's kind of extra special. It goes along with the You Are My Adventure theme. And I'll give you some tips on the two alternate cards that I made using the Manly Moments May kit. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do here is bring in my cardstock layers. I have a piece of crumb cake that is 4 by 4.5 and a piece of Mossy Meadow that is 2.5 by 6 3/4. And we're going to do our scoring. The crumb cake layer gets scored at 1 inch on all sides. We're going to get this is the box, the bottom of the box. We're going to get this ready right away. Now on this is the long way, this is the 4.5 way. I'm going to cut my tabs. And then I always like to take a little wedge out of them so your boxes go together a little nicer. And I'm only going to do that on the tabs here because we don't want the ends of the boxes to have that wedge cut out. It will look goofy. Just trust me till we get to the next part and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So this is going to be the bottom of our box. Next, I'm going to score the belly band for our box. This gets scored at 2 1/16. If you have any questions about measurements, the 16th is in between 0 and the 1/8 inch mark. So this is kind of a handy little gauge for those weird measurements. So 2 1/16. 3 1/16, 5 1/8, and remember all of these measurements will be on my blog post today, and this will be posted on May 24th. And the last one is 6 1/8. Okay, we're ready to put our box together. We're going to put the bottom of the box together first, and I always like to burnish my score lines with my bone folder. That gives it a nice crisp crease. This box can be made any size. It's pretty easy to figure out. I'm going to turn this over to the back and I'm just going to add some glue to all 4 of my tabs. Now you could use glue, you could use tear tape, you could use fast fuse. Tape runners generally do not hold boxes together for very long. They look like they're holding them together when you make them, and then the next day you come into your stamping room and they're all popped apart. So don't make that mistake. You don't want to go through all this work to have everything fall apart, right? And I'm just squaring up my corners good. I like the liquid glue, especially for box assembly, because you get a little wiggle room. You can move things around a little bit. There's our cute little box bottom. Isn't that simple? Now for the belly band, we are just going to burnish on those score lines. And then I wanted to decorate my box a little bit. So I took one of the envelopes out of my paper pumpkin kit, one of these envelopes. I put it in my paper trimmer and I cut just a sliver off of these 3 sides. And when you do that, you get an envelope that opens up that has a pattern on the inside, and that's what I decided to decorate my box with. So I've got 4 pieces for decorations here. These two are 2 3/8 by 1 7. So 2 3/8 by 1 7/8, and these two are 7/8 by 2 3/8. And I'm just going to put these on the empty panels to spruce up my little box. Can't wait to show you what I'm going to put in this box because I think it's a pretty cool idea. And here comes the other one. And then the little strips on the edges. This is going to tie into the card that I made, which I'll show you in just a second too, because I think it's all going to go together fabulously. Okay, we're going to wrap this around our box. That's just going to give it the good form that you want it to have while you're, how do I say this, gluing this down, because you want it to be square. That's a good way to put it. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that I've got this on here before I put any glue on my tab. I like to kind of do a dry fit there. Make sure it's right up to the edge. You don't want it to be too tight because it needs to slide back and forth. And it does slide, so that's good. There's our cute little box. I'm going to decorate the box a little bit. Inside my paper pumpkin kit this month, there's all kinds of great elements. And let's see. I had these badges, and I popped one of these out and thought this would be a great decoration for my little box. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on here. The stamp set that comes with this Manly Moments has a whole bunch of different words in it, and this little kind of like starbursty type image, I don't know what you'd call it, but that's what I'm calling it. It also comes with an ink spot. This month is Mossy Meadow. I just happen to have a Mossy Meadow ink pad, so I'm going to use that. But of course, if you didn't have, you would use the one that comes with it. I decided to take the "You Are My Adventure" because I thought this was kind of a cute saying, and you'll understand why when I show you what I'm putting in this little box for my husband. So I'm going to stamp that right in the middle, and then I'm going to bring in this little line burst thing, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. And I'm going to stamp that at the top and the bottom. Ooh, that turned out good. And then you also get in this kit some mini dimensionals. Stampin' Up! Really does provide everything you need for these kits except scissors and glue. So you have everything else. And I'm just going to pop 3 of these little buggers on here. This is going to be the decoration that goes on the box, and I am going to give this to my husband for Father's Day. And then also inside the box you get tissue paper. This wraps up your kit every month, and it's kind of like a gift from Tiffany's, right? So I think that's cool. And there's a little bit of the pool party in this box, so I thought this tissue paper would work just perfect to put in the box to hold his gift. If I can find it here. What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay, so this is what I got him for Father's Day. When we were in Mexico, we went to the Harley Davidson store, and for most of you that follow me, you know that my husband just bought a Harley. So I'm going to give him this keychain that says Playa del Carmen, Mexico on it. And I think this is going to be just perfect. And that's where the saying, "You are my adventure," because I'm sure we're going to have lots of adventures on this bike if nobody kills us. And that's always something you have to be mindful of. So there we go. There's my cute little box. Let me bring in my card. Here's what I did with the badge on the card. And then you also have these little tags that I put right across the front of it. And I stamped husband on there. Husband, brother, uncle, friend, son, dad, nephew. You've got everything in this little stamp set. Are my adventure. So happy Father's Day. I love you, husband. You are my adventure. And here's a keychain for all of our adventures. Ooh, I'm so excited. And then I made another card I'll share with you. This has a crumb cake base. And I just took some Mossy Meadow and put it under, again, the inside of an envelope. I cut the envelope apart and used it for this layer. There are these die cut trees come in this kit also. Here they are, and they just pop right out of there. So that's pretty cool. This is a really neat kit, and I love the challenge of making alternate ideas with these cards and then making up the rest. You know, you can make as many alternate ideas as you want. That's why we share this blog hub. But you can also finish up the cards or take them with you. We're going to be camping this summer because I just bought a summer home last fall. Okay, so here's my summer home. It's really a camper, but I'm calling it my summer home because that's fancy, right? So I can take these kits with me. Everything is in here. I can pop my glue in there with a lid on it and a pair of scissors, and I can finish all these up while I'm camping or, you know, away from home. So I really like that. These are great gift ideas for kids, little older kids, like 8, 10 above. Also great ideas for people that are kind of homebound because you have everything right here. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you would like to subscribe and get your own paper pumpkin kit, these are adorable. I have so much fun with them. You can go to, under the YouTube video is a description. It says see more or something like that. Under there is a link that goes right back to my blog. I'll have a link on there where you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. It is a monthly kit subscription that I absolutely love. So thanks so much, you guys, for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. And I hope you make some of these boxes because they're super cute. Candy, anything can go in here. If you'd like to go to my blog, you can click right in the top right-hand corner. Also, don't forget to subscribe down here on this button. You don't want to miss anything I have coming up. If you do not have a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd be happy to fill that void in your life. Pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com. I'd love to send you a catalog. So, brand new catalog coming out June 1st, which is next week. Whoa! All right, you guys, you have yourself a wonderful day. Bye-bye.